Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new month, November, the second day, first Monday of November. So as you all know, or for those that don't know, you're going to learn now. The last day of every month, or like the last week or so of every month, I like to take time to myself and reevaluate how I lived for that month and reevaluate my growth or setbacks or even just my standstill of the previous month. Well, in September, the end of September, my sister and I, shout out to Lynette Davis, my sister and I had a long, in-depth conversation about fear. And we decided that we were going to take the month of October, to get past those fears or to address those fears and not be fearful of anything, to take on those fears head on. And so that last day of September, I wrote on my mirror, face everything and rise. If you've ever been inside my bathroom, you know that from time to time I like to write on my mirror just little motivational quotes or quips or whatever, or thoughts that I have, and I write them on my mirror with my little dry erase marker. Just something I do. I don't know when I picked it up. Anyway, we decided that we were not going to be fearful of anything for the month of October. So I took the month of October to really assess what I'm afraid of or what I'm fearful of. And I came up with some pretty interesting things. Some I'm not going to share with you because I need those for my own personal growth. But one of the things I have is a fear of rejection. Even that came early onset as a kid. Fear of being rejected, fear of not being accepted to any group that I'm a part of, fear of standing out, fear of standing alone. Another fear that I had was a fear of failure. And like most of us, nobody really sets out and says, "Oh, I want to be a failure in life." So I understand that that is a common fear. Excuse me, but right now I'm going to talk about my fears, and maybe me talking about my fears will be able to help you in dealing with yours. So fear of rejection, fear of failure. I also have, and believe it or not, it does happen. I did a little research on it. It does happen. I have an unhealthy fear of success. Now, years ago, my dad said something to me about that, and I kind of blew it off. Like almost 15 years ago, he said something about it, and I kind of blew it off. And the more and more I think back to that conversation and then the 15 years that had passed between then, I have an unhealthy fear of success, which is crazy because I like to be the best at any and everything I do. There was a 2-month span where I was really doing a good job at my job. We have these little these ratings that people can call in or type in or text in and say how well the technician did or whatever. And I've been at the top or pretty close to the top for a while now. And I don't know why I do it, but I get a little nervous when I start doing so good. I'll let you in on a little secret. I do have issues with self-sabotage. I didn't want to believe it, but I do. And that was another one of my fears, owning up, the fear of accepting of my flaws. We are all flawed. Don't ever get it twisted. We are all flawed. And anybody that tells you that they're perfect is a freaking liar. The only perfect person that I've ever heard of walked on water. And I ain't never seen or heard about nobody walking on water since that person walked on water. Okay, anyway, but yes, I have an unhealthy fear of success. And even though I like to be the best at everything I do, whether it be my martial arts or at my job or with my writing or what have you, or even trying to be the best friend that I could possibly be, I have an unhealthy fear of success. So I took the month of October to assess my fears. And that's just a few of them. So now for the month of November, it would be a process of conquering those fears. Okay, so what I like to do, what I like to challenge you today for the month of November, do like I did and assess what true fears you have, and what can you do to conquer those fears. And it's all a part of growth and maturity. If we never admit that we have flaws, then how can we be better people? If we never acknowledge that there are things that are wrong with us, especially if we're trying to grow and mature and be better people day by day, if we never admit we have faults, how can we get past to be that better person? We'll be stuck on the same plane. And I don't know about you. There again, there goes my competitive spirit. I don't know about you, but I don't like to be on the same plane month after month after month after month. I like to build. I like to ascend up that mountain or up that ladder, or however you want to put it, whatever analogy you want to put it to, month after month, year after year. I like to go higher and higher. I like to reach new levels of maturity. And in my opinion, it makes me a better person. Granted, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm the greatest person in the world. I have plenty of character flaws, but I am willing to open up and to admit that I have those character flaws. And I'm not ashamed to admit those. Whereas before, I had a fear of people judging me because of my character flaws. And I'm at a point now, I'm 44 years old. I'm at a point now where I pretty much IDGAF what y'all think about me. If I really gave a flying fig about what y'all thought about me, I probably wouldn't be making and posting these videos. I say it all the time, these are therapy for me. And by me exposing my vulnerabilities and exposing my insecurities and exposing myself and being an open book, I feel like I help others, whether you acknowledge it or not, whether you come back and say, hey, Rory, thank you for posting that. That really helped me out. I don't do it for the likes or the followers. I do it because there was one point in time where somebody showed me a softer side of them, a weaker side of them. And it helped me get through a lot of things down through the years. And you know me, I like to give back any way that I can. So why not open myself up and show a softer, weaker side of myself so that it may help the next man or woman conquer their fears. With that being said, as always, you can reach me. If you have questions or comments, you can always reach me at Holmes, HOLMES, RC50 at gmail.com. That's all lowercase. And hit me with your questions and your comments. I turn the comments off on purpose simply because I want you to be able to focus on what the message is or what the video is about. I think the next video I'm gonna do, some people listen just to rebut what you have to say. Some people do listen to understand, but some people do just listen just to rebut what you say. That'll come in a video down the road and talk about arguments and whatnot, disagreements and debates. Anyway, let's conquer those fears. Let's take the month of November to conquer those fears. So I'll dub November. I know they have No Shave November and no whatever November. So let's dub November No Fear November. With that being said, hey, you guys have a wonderful day and an even greater week. All right.